Hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources of the Republic, and welcome back to our Steel Republic series. And today we're going to be focusing on game mechanics. Right, should we start with a selfish promotion? Selfish promotion. Yeah, if you didn't by now, consider subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. And right, let's get started. Good morning. It's early in the morning again when I'm recording this. Unfortunately, this is the only time I have for this, so I will be focusing on that. Let's see why the factory here is not working. Really? Full? With all the trucks exporting, everything. We're gonna be done with the road soon, so that's gonna be resolved. Okay, so if you didn't by now, consider subscribing, liking the video, this kind of stuff, you know, more the merrier. At least we can exchange more ideas. Okay, so we had a lot of good suggestions in the comment section. Some of them I warmly agree with, some of them I don't, but they are nevertheless good ones. What I'm gonna talk about now is, let's address some of them. Right, Chris is happy with the houses, he saw them. And let's go with Whale Tier. He said that everything on rail is diesel, is my preferred way. So this is the interesting part. Yes, I was always fan of a diesel, but seeing the benefits of electricity, you know, not having a fuel tank, pollution, and the most important power of electric locomotives, which is way more powerful than any diesel locomotives in average. I'm kind of a fan of electricity, and also being electrical engineer, one of my degrees. But anyway, I like power, I like electricity, I like power. Where's the Stalin? Here we go. Man of Steel is gonna be done soon. Anyway. But yeah, I'll in this series I will do as much as I can with the diesel. And of course, this brings us to a new point where the Julian mentioned something that the train sets are too expensive. I didn't pay that too much attention to that, but let's check compare to the capacity. First of all, capacity of train sets is not a waste. These factories are gonna be employing, I don't know, over 1,000 people. And even the biggest train sets will not be enough to bring only one shift there, so we're gonna have to have more than that. So what I'm gonna do now, and of course you shouldn't go for maximum capacity. I think the best way to do it is to have train sets that have less than half the capacity, and then make like 10% more of them. So for example, if we have 1,000 people requirements, that's 3,000 people altogether. 3,000 people will need to work in these two factories, so we're gonna have to transport a little bit more than 3,000 people here, you know, because changing shifts and this kind of stuff. So I would say like 7 trains, 500 capacity each. I don't know how much capacity we have at the moment, but let's check this. So trams, they cannot transport this amount of people. That doesn't matter what you say. I mean, like, you can build tram sets, but let's see. Actually, let's not talk out of my ass. So trams have capacity of, let's see, the biggest ones, 2 or 3. Ooh, interesting one. But anyway, well, this is not bad. Interesting one here is the Hungarian one, but 50 kilometers per hour. So the speed could be another thing that can affect us here. So we have these big ones, 38,000. That will be probably with carts. I don't think in one cart you can fit 203 people. But anyway, we have that one. And what about the train sets? Train sets, we have 2 different kinds. Of course, the difference is also electricity. But let's see, we're gonna need 3,000 workers. 3,000 workers. Yeah, I can straight away say that yes, trams are cheaper. They're slower, much slower. Yeah, I never paid attention to this, but they are significantly cheaper. For example, this one might be competitive with the others because it has twice the speed. That means technically if you halve all these workers, so technically that would be the same speed. So this train here would have for this price 150. No. this train can transport per... Oh, crap. Now I have to calculate this. Twice the capacity. I think this can be calculated as twice capacity because it has twice the speed. So this technically has 650 passengers for 100,000 people, or for 100,000 rubles. And the other one would have competitively a similar amount of people, because this tram here has, let's say, 40,000 rubles, costs 40,000 rubles, and you need 3 of them to transport as many people as this train set can transport. And that is with the, if you take into calculation the speed of the train, which here is 100 kilometers per hour, and that one is only 50, yes. So look, this train set here, the Polish one, is definitely more affordable than the tram, this one. I think more affordable than any of them, because this one is the most affordable per person, maybe. This one is a little bit more affordable. But anyway, not to go into more details, I think there is a thing to say about, you know, which train set we're gonna take. But I will probably stick to diesel ones, which are more expensive. So yeah, and then we have which ones do we even take here? Look, even the train sets are not ideal. Yeah, total capacity. So this one would be the biggest capacity, 200,000 per train, 80 kilometers per hour. This is a little bit faster and similar capacity. So this one would be much better because it's faster, and we would still need like 7, 8, let's say 3,000. We would need 11 of those to transport the significant amount of people to the on the tracks. It's absolutely enormous amount of people that we're gonna have to transport here to work to fully operate both of these factories. We need to factor that in, and we're probably gonna have to expand accordingly. So I'm gonna have to expand in some of the areas that we previously mentioned. So these low density compared to these, we're gonna have to go that way. Right, that being said about the trains, not really too expensive, depends. Trams are cheaper per unit, but yeah, if we take that we're gonna need to transport 3,000 people per day, how many people can trams transport? We can calculate this. How many trams we would have to have in order to transport these people. First of all, speed is significantly slower. The fastest one, as I can see, is 68 kilometers per hour. Those would be these ones. And this is 83 people. So how many of these trams we would need to transport all these people? We would need 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 trams we would need to transport. And how many trams we can even fit on this? That would be interesting. 40 trams. That's a lot. That sounds too much. Even 10 train sets sounds too much. Maybe I should go for full-blown trains rather than train sets. How expensive would that be? What do you think about that, guys? If we go for trains, diesel locomotives, and have full-blown trains here. This one is affordable. The power is decent, so 136,000, and then passenger wagons, 115 each. Yeah, that's interesting. Seems like a trains would be better option. So I can definitely make like 6-7 cart trains, and that would bring almost the full shift. And I can implement like 3 trains or 4 even trains. I would prefer having it around half the capacity. So let's say four wagons would be a little bit less than half, and then have 7 trains operating on this. This would bring the decent amount of people to work. Maybe I shouldn't calculate it like this. Maybe I should make 4 trains with, let's say, 800 people capacity. Maybe that would be better. I don't know. What do you think about this, guys? Okay. Going forward, yes, We're building the statue, yes, Copti. And the last thing is something that Julian said about the quality of flats and influence of this factor on happiness and productivity. Sure, how do we measure that? Let's see. Happiness, happiness and productivity. Productivity, where can I see productivity here? Per building. Happiness, again, it is... Like, again, these buildings are not being touched at all, and both happiness and loyalty seems to be correlating with each other. So that means the quality of apartments definitely influences their happiness and loyalty. But productivity, how can we see that? Do we see anywhere productivity per building? I don't know. Lifespan, well, I don't know if we can actually say that lifespan is influencing this. Might be, because, like, yeah, maybe it should. But anyway, productivity. Can we see productivity here? How do you measure productivity per building? I don't know. We're missing a lot of culture here. How come? A cinema? Really? How are we missing culture here? Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. Why don't they go to cinema? It's fully staffed. Anyway, I'll leave it as it is. Okay. Continuing on, one other thing that Julian mentioned there, and this is a really good thing, making us think about this, would be first the hospitals and shops. These are two things that people need to have in their walking distance. Now, I don't understand the hospital thing, because hospitals are big buildings, and why wouldn't they take a bus to go to a hospital if they're fully healthy? They can just take a bus or public... Pause. Alright, the finances. Let's take care of the finances first. Of course, we are getting deeper into this hole now, and I want to stop as soon as possible. We need to just focus on getting population up and running, and delivering workers to our car factory, so we can have produce more cars, so we can export more food. And also the second thing is this one here. It's being finished now. This road here is hugely gonna benefit us. It's gonna be amazing. This asphalt road, and I need to build it all the way to the storage facility here. I think I should start probably another storage facilities. Sorry, the other roads around here. Well, I'll leave them for now because it's a big thing for us to have the quality. What are you delivering? Food? Oh, right, this is the distribution one. Right. Okay, so the thing about hospitals and shops, I never fully accepted how the mechanics of the shops work, and the hospitals, of course. People, if they walk to shops and hospitals, then from there, this is the first need they have. From there, they can walk to other things that they need. So technically, if we build a neighborhood and surrounded by shops and hospitals, and then surrounded that by more neighborhoods, and some of the neighborhoods can have cultural things, and some of the neighborhoods can have sports things and pubs, and then we can they can interact with each other. So this is interesting. If we build a central area that has shops and hospitals, and then build neighborhoods around them, and around those neighborhoods within 400 meters of shops and hospitals, we have sports facilities, pubs, and cultural enjoyment, then everybody was going to be happy, because technically it's within walking distance. So it doesn't have to be in walking distance from their home, it has to be in walking distance from the walking distance of the shops and stuff. Interesting. Also, maybe we can do the cultural things. No, it doesn't matter. If I build them next to the shops, they're still in walking distance to the houses where they live. So yeah, and I never gave it too much thought how to perfectly organize this, but I will from now on. And I think this is the last thing. If the last two things, it would be distribution offices. Julian mentioned there that in the 60s and 50s distribution offices weren't a thing. I beg to differ. They were the thing. They were just part of the factories, part of the distribution function that the same factory distributed everything that they need, either picked it up or delivered it. So technically, in this game, distribution offices should be integrated in a factory, because he mentioned there that the car factories, they supplied themselves directly with stuff. They transported stuff directly. Yes, that means that they had distribution offices within themselves, and so that means that these factories, which is not a bad idea, we should have factories with their own distribution, you know, with their own needs. That would be really cool. Can you even make this? It should be a thing. It should be definitely a thing. So you would have, you know, like vehicles that are in this factory, and then you can set up, if you scroll all the way down, you can set up distribution of the, you know, goods that they need. This way, distribution offices that are separate from the factories, they can distribute to multiple factories. So it's kind of more useful like this, even though it might not be realistic, as Julian mentioned, because, well, in my book, they would have to have the distribution offices integrated into the factories. Okay, and the last thing is heating pipelines. Interesting. I don't know. I grew up in a small town. It did have heating from the local sugar refinery, and it was overhead heating. It was built in 1947. And was overhead, but it was extremely small. I mean, those weren't these big pipes going there. So underground heating, and I know that I saw a lot of like cities, like in Norilsk, they have heating pipes overground, and depending, should we put them overground or not? I don't know. I was thinking of putting them overground, but it looks ugly. That's the only thing. It's not realistic, but it is form over function, because it's making a city look nicer. Maybe I should, and I was always the advocate of putting overhead heating pipes rather than underground ones. I only started putting underground cables and in heating pipes just because we can enjoy the city more, but it's not realistic, and I agree with Julian here. I think it probably would be more realistic if we had heating pipes overhead. I know now the cities have it. I have to think about capital of Croatia, Zagreb. It has all of their heating pipes underground, but was it always like that? So, when was the heating plant in Zagreb built? I don't know. I'll have to research that, but it could be like 60s, maybe even, that they already had underground heating pipes. But so I will not judge on this, and I don't have clear, you know, decision of what this can be, but it could be, it doesn't have to be. Some cities, like I said, like Norilsk, they still have overhead heating, while some cities might have had in the 60s, 70s, like Zagreb, maybe some other Balkan cities, they had underground infrastructure. Maybe it depends on the climate, maybe it depends on other factors, but anyway. So let's talk about something else that was mentioned in the comments, and that I can agree that it's my mistake, and I still fail to understand it. Hospitals, universities, and schools. I agree that they should be within walking distance of every single freaking neighborhood, because I would like our people to have access to everything straight away. The problem is the schools will work under capacity. They're going to be undercapacitated. So, yeah, I'm going to have to educate more people. How are we doing? Loyalty is 32%. I think we need to increase this as soon as possible. Let me see this. Radio station is not working properly. You know what? I'll lower these requirements because we need to increase loyalty. What about you guys? You have enough people. That's fine. I'll increase loyalty to 30%. And now schools for workers. Is that for workers? Yeah, that's for workers. And we have a school over here, 35%. They'll seem to be working fine. And the last one is university, but I had to change this because we need to educate more people. You can see that we are missing some of the people in factories as well. So we need to focus on this. I need to vehicle is done. I want to export as much as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna export food still. I think this could be one of the last ones that I would like to focus on. So I'm gonna select this one, copy paste your schedule. Where the hell are you? Scooby-Doo. And pause and pause. There we go. And you don't have to go there anymore. Perfect. So they will have a decent amount of trucks now to export food. Like I said, this last road is being finished. He's on the way back, a roller, and as soon as he's back, we're gonna have asphalt road and quick connection to the border crossing. So they're going to be only exporting from here to there, and I think 4 or 5 trucks would be more than enough. You can see that they're producing stuff. How are we doing with food crop capacity? They are planting everything. What's with this? This one is interesting. There's no vehicles on the way. I don't know what's with this field. I think it was damaged when we were building railroad, and suddenly shows that everything is fully like grown, but there's nothing there. They're probably gonna plow over that, and they even save the crops, save the children, orphans. Save the crops, and I'm pretty sure that we have maximum amount of crops, and I'm pretty sure that this export now is gonna explode, and we will get all the we're gonna have all the free space that we need for the next harvesting season, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the year we're gonna have stable export of food. I will just check. Yeah, that being said, I'm experimenting with something else. I think I mentioned this, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but a distribution office for the local shops. So I'm gonna revisit some of the shops that we have here in the city, and I'm gonna redo them. So I'm gonna just go for this and see shops. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 shops. Let's see if we have any other that I'm missing. 4 shops, yes. First of all, capacities, they are set up properly, 60, 20, 20. This is how I usually do it. I'm pretty happy with this, 60, 20, 20. This one as well, and the last one here in Galask is set up like that. Okay, so distribution office, why? I think it can work because similar like we talked about schools, when you build a school in a neighborhood, it has enormous capacity. It has a capacity of hundreds of children, but even in these dense areas like we have over here, the schools are not being used fully. So we are fast to educate our children. So whatever school we build, it's not going to be overburdened. So we're always gonna have to put like less than needed the amount of workers working there. So I will do this. I will build more hospitals and I will build more schools everywhere. I think we are. I think we have a decent amount of schools and coverage. I'm gonna half this as well. Actually, I'm gonna put it down to 10 people, and I will have to build in the future a little bit smaller schools because they are not necessary, these huge schools. So, and I'm gonna make it a little bit more walkable. Do we have a school around here? That's an interesting thing. I don't see any. This could be a problem. Let's see. Sorry, this would be search school. Ooh, look at this. This area doesn't have access to school. I mean, they have public transport system, but again, I agree with Julian here. They should have school everywhere around here. I will build a school in this area here. We have an empty slot here. This looks perfect, and I will build a school. I will build. Look, even the smallest schools here, 60s was the time, 1965. 60s school would be perfect. This would be something that probably my father went to. He would be around this age. So let's see if we can make this feng shui, form over function. Entrance to the school directly. We're gonna build gravel straight away here, but we will. Ooh, look at these. You know what? Why don't we upgrade all of this? What's wrong with that? Yeah, I don't know. Just build it anywhere so it's connected, and this school can be now constructed. Let's see, and build these footpaths. Perfect. The schools in every corner. Yes. So the distribution office for the shops. Yes, I think currently I believe in distribution offices, even if it's not realistic. I would say that I agree with construction offices. Why? Because we are creating our own future. You know, our own Soviet Republic. It doesn't have to be like the old one, and I don't believe the distribution office are a capitalist invention. Like I said, the probably distribute. Technically, this is a distribution office. This is a distribution office because they're distributing crops from fields to storage. They're distributing plows to the fields, and they're distributing. No, this one is not distributing. This is just picking up, but the trucks here are distributing. So technically, you have implemented these distribution offices, and I would like to use them. I think that's not a bad idea to use distribution offices for distributing stuff. So I'm gonna start on this as well. I'm gonna start a distribution office that's gonna be distributing food to the shops. Again, the problem previously we had was with food and stuff being used too much, but now we have a little bit better understanding how everything works. Maybe we can even tweak this even further. Like, for example, I don't think they're gonna need more than 1.2 tons of clothes. But on the other hand, you have to bear in mind the capacity of the trucks, so empty trucks don't drive around, carrying nothing. So maybe we can start with shop by shop and just check how they're, reacting. And food is definitely going to be the most important one. So I will start with the distribution office. We have some free space here. We had something here, I have no idea what. Was it a field? Maybe it was a field, but I won't focus on this. I will reuse this land for other stuff. I can recalculate how many fields we have and how many fields we can maintain, so we can do better job with fields as well, be more efficient. So distribution offices. I can go for something a little bit different. 8 vehicles. You know what? Let's go for... Whoa. Really? Okay, I never built this building, but now I have a urge to actually connect it with all the roads. 16. Okay, that looks weird. These buildings look... Why do you have so many entrances? I'll go for 12. I think 12 should be fine. I'll build the proper infrastructure. So, what is it supposed to be? Like, what? Pass through as well? Okay, that's strange. Maybe I should connect just one of them. You know what? Let's do this. I will connect... I'll connect it like this. I will connect it with mud roads as well. Let's go for mud roads. Here, I think this would be fine. Something like this, and then connect it here. That's fine. And they can construct it both the main roads and the construction and the distribution office as well. I probably addressed everything in the comment section. If I didn't, please, sorry about that. I'll do it in the next episode. I really don't have any ill intentions. So, anyway, but yeah, this is the steps I would like to do to improve our infrastructure. And also, we already started. We already have everything that we need around here to start constructing. Railroad networks. So I think we're gonna start with this one as well. This is gonna be expensive, but is it better just to start? Well, what are these guys doing? Okay, they're building. Well, what about these guys here? Okay, these guys don't seem to be doing... you can see the problem now. We don't have this one connected, so... And this one doesn't have electricity as well, right? Do you? I don't think they do. I'll just take any building. No, there's no electricity here. The closest electricity is here. What about this one here? Do we have additional electricity connections? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're gonna build electricity hoses all the way here, just to preemptively prevent this one from causing any problems. And small connections, the smallest one we have, and just connect it all the way here and here. There we go. So they can construct these as well. So we're gonna have electricity for our fuel, and that's about it. Let's count the fields. I have a feeling that there's something wrong with the fields. We'll fix everything. So we have 1, 2 fields, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 fields now, but we don't need to have, we don't need to limit ourselves to 20, 19 fields or whatever, because all the vehicles are now in the single farm. And I'm pretty sure that we're doing a really good job with picking all the crops up. So I am happy with that. So in this episode, like I said, I wanted to address some mechanics of the game. The only other thing that I'm still struggling to understand, how to centralize your workers better. Do you guys have any idea how to centralize workers that are not in walkable distance to, let's say, train station here? Train station, how do I make these workers from here go to work to train station? Do I have to have imaginary forwarding station that would be another bus station in the middle of all of this? Do I have to have that in order to have decent, coverage, like coverage for everybody? What I'm saying here is I know that we can build a bus station, and then people can walk to bus station, and then that bus station, if it's in a range of other bus station, then kinda it would be all covered. But I don't want to do that. I would like to do something like public transport system delivering people to the bus station, and they should wait there for another bus to go to work. In this case, it probably would be better if we implemented public transport system delivering people here and then force them to go to train station. Currently, the train station is not being used by anybody, but they're told to go to work to a bus station because buses are distributing people everywhere. But that's gonna change soon as we are done with this infrastructure system here. How are we doing with the steel? You can see that steel is slowly recovering. That was expected, but again, more people, and I think, you know what I'm gonna say now. Anyway, because we need more workers for all of this. Let's see, 120 people, productivity jumped to 50%, and that's 60% of people. That means productivity is 72%. This is recovering greatly. I like that. That means that other facilities will be more efficient as well, and this kind of takes us into more micromanagement mode, where you're gonna have to micromanage your, you know, shops and sports arenas and this kind of stuff. For example, here we have, you know what, I'll go for this 80-10-10. I think it could be the best thing to do. 80-10-10, sorry, 90, oh, it's 80, sorry, my bad. 80-10-10. I think that would be currently the best thing, I think, anyway. And I'm gonna do it here as well. As soon as this distribution office is done, I will stop all the trucks going there. I will source the meat, food, electronics, and other stuff, and I think we're gonna have distribution office delivering all this. Let's see how our food exports doing now. Food exports going there all the way here. We are done with this main road here. I will build them bypasses, and I will upgrade this road as soon as possible. So what we're gonna do now is just build this kind of bypass, so they can go around as they need to. This one is a little bit in a tricky place because, is this planted? This is planted. We can actually do straight away. Asphalt. This asphalt is not because it's farming. This asphalt here is because it's export line. This is where we export food. So I'm gonna build this asphalt here, and in the later stages I'm gonna build asphalt here as well. You can see that food is being produced like crazy. That's really nice to see. We need to just export it more. Of course, we were working on the is this assigned? I'm just gonna assign this to groundwork and construction, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, so financially, like I said, steel, how much steel we have, that's the most important thing. I'm still not paying attention to the messages. We have way too many of them. Happiness too low. Stops production. If that one stopped production, it never started production, unless I'm missing something. Maybe there's people in Weld here. Yeah, there's people. No, okay. Oof. That was a strange one. Maybe they are. I mean, like, maybe they are being populated. No, not at the moment. They are waiting for better days. Okay, that's it. I think I'm gonna end it here. I think we're doing the what we need to do now is increase the population to as much as we can. The buildings are being finished. We have a lot of people moving in, and in the next episode I will just check. Actually, we don't have to check this. I wanted to import them with no education, but as you can see, financial issues could be the thing that we're gonna have to address sooner rather than later. But anyway, I'm still gonna say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you have the description of the video. Happy Tuesday, guys, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.